Hello hobby friends, I'm Jason and this is Level Up Hobbies. Now today on the channel I'm going to show you how to paint up some Heresy era Dark Angels. Now this is my favorite chapter and I took some different approaches to it, so hopefully it turns out great and you guys love it. Let's go ahead and jump in and start painting. I'll see you at the end.
Alrighty, to start out we're going to use some black primer through the airbrush. You can use a regular brush or spray on through a can. As long as it's black, that's all you need. Make sure you put it on here as fast as you possibly can, like I am doing here. Just kidding, I sped this up. Now take your time, make sure you get a nice even coat, and then we will move on to the base coat. So I based this in Acryl neutral gray, just from like an overhead, leaving some gradation in there. And I forgot to film that, so I'm an idiot. Now I'm just adding some highlights using Liquitex titanium white ink through my airbrush. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Jason, you primed this black just to paint it gray, and now you're going to paint it black again. It's wrong and unnatural, and it's got to be stopped. But you will see the method of my madness in just a few moments. Alright, and I made this little cocktail out of some Liquitex carbon black ink with some deep violet ink, about 2 parts deep violet to 1 part carbon black. And then I added some glazing medium and thinned it with a little bit of airbrush thinner. And the idea behind this is I wanted to make a glaze that was black but had like purplish hues in the highlights. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. But yeah, so that was the idea that I'm going for. I want that really cool black with tints of other color in it. So let's give it a shot. And as you can see here, it's got some great colors in it. It is black, but it is a very cool black compared to the primer. So if you take a look at these compared to each other, it's got a lot more character to it. Now it is very violet right now, but that will fade as it dries and the black will take over. And as you can see here, that violet tint to it really faded out a little bit, but you can still see it. It is fairly glossy because I used inks, and those just have a natural gloss sheen to them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some matte spray, just some matte varnish, and just take that sheen off so I can work up the layers. Alright, now I start picking out all of the steel details. And for that I'm using Citadel's Iron Warriors. This is a nice kind of dark silver, and I think it plays really well with the black here. Now grab a deep red here and pick out some details. I'm using burnt red from Acryl, but you can use Khorne red or Flesh Tearer's red contrast if you want to go that route. And just pick out some details like the gun casing, the chapter emblem on the shoulder, and then I also picked out one of the left knee just to paint red. Now at this point I take Flesh Tearer's red contrast paint and I thin it down and just wash it over all of the red bits. And this gives a nice shade down in the recesses, and it doesn't alter that original red too much. It does a little bit, but it's not too noticeable. I decided to add some checkers on one of the forearms. And so I just take that original burnt red and take a very, very fine pointed brush and start drawing in the checker pattern. Do this very lightly, just build it up, and once you get your checkers where you want them, go ahead and start filling them in. And if you want to see a video where I show you how to make checker patterns, it's actually for orcs, but it's the exact same method here. So you can check the link above. And now I take some bright Pyrole red and I start adding some edge highlights to all of the red bits here. Adding these highlights to the checkers really makes them stand out as more than just a flat 2D image on the model. It really helps it pop a little bit more. And then also, as you can see on these on the wing icon here, adding that highlight to the edges of the wings, along with the shade that's in there, really makes these wings pop. I take faded plum and mix it with some of the neutral gray from earlier, and I just start making a highlight for all of the black armor. Again, I'm just doing an easy edge highlight here. This is a nice cool gray, so it plays off of those violets that's in the armor already and really kind of makes that color pop a little bit more. And you'd really be amazed at how much you can change a base coat just by altering the type of highlight that you put on it. Changing from a cool highlight to a warm highlight can totally change the feel of the model. So play around with that and just see what you like. All right, and as you can see, that the light violet and gray for the trim turned out pretty good. I think it ties in very well with that deep violet and black that we used for the armor. Yeah, overall, I'm liking the feel of this model here. The only thing left is to base the model, and then we'll finish it up. All right. Now for the base, I used some Geek Gaming Scenics Arid Earth mix, and just, put some Eileen's tacky glue on the base and dipped it in there, and it was ready to go. And I must say, I really like this stuff. It's got a nice composition that you don't get with using just some basing sand. And here we have the completed model. The basic material has dried. I've applied the victory lap around the base, and now I'm just admiring my handiwork. Overall, I am very happy with this model. I love like the checks and the just the iconography of the Dark Angels, and I think I'm going to apply more of this to my 40K Dark Angels. You don't see that as much with the that like knightly iconography. So, but yeah. Anyways, for this, I am very happy with how this black looks. The shine from the lights kind of covers it a little bit, so it doesn't transfer to the camera very well. But there's some nice color variations with that violet and black. So yeah, I'm going to try one other method for painting these and decide which direction I'm going to go for my 30k Dark Angel Legion. Go ahead and give it a shot yourself. Let me know in the comments how it turns out below. And I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate you joining me for this little adventure here. And I will see you guys next time. Later.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me today as I painted up these Heresy Era Dark Angels. Now if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe down below. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can be notified whenever I publish new videos. Thanks again, and remember, build, paint, and play tabletop games. Later guys.